The biggest Celtics threat just said what he believes is the best way to beat Boston, but it might be wrong. Cavs all-star Evan Mobley recently spoke with DJ Siddiqui of Basketball Insiders, and he was asked what he believes the key to beating the Celtics is. Mobley said, definitely defense. They're a great offensive team as well. If you get stops on them, it makes it tough on their offense. I feel like defense is the biggest thing for us in defending the three-point line because they like to get a lot of three-point shots up. Now, Mobley's right. The Celtics are one of the best offensive teams in the league. They score a ton of points, they get up a lot of threes, and they're able to attack a lot of ways on that end of the floor. And we've seen teams give the Celtics a lot of trouble with their defense. Look at their game against the Thunder earlier this season. The Celtics went absolutely ice cold in the second half because the Thunder employed a frantic defensive style that saw them rotate quickly, run around the floor, and cause havoc. The Celtics didn't respond well, and the result was a huge Thunder win. But the Cavs don't have that personnel. In fact, nobody in the East has that personnel. Joe Mazzulla famously likes to run a killer whale offense. He sees the Celtics as killer whales who like to hunt as a pack, and he targets certain players on the other side of the floor. These are the SEALs. Killer whales hunt SEAls. The Thunder don't really have SEALs in their lineup. Everybody they put on the floor is a top-tier defender. Even their offensive stars. SGA is a great defensive player. Jalen Williams is a great defensive player. Chet is a great defensive player. They have defenders who can also play offense. The problem with the Cavs is their best offensive players aren't great defenders. So, when the Celtics play the Cavaliers, they target Darius Garland. They target Jared Allen on the perimeter. They even target Donovan Mitchell. This gives the Celtics killer whale offense SEALs to attack. Even look at the Knicks. The Knicks have 3 elite perimeter defenders in Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges. These guys are built perfectly to guard Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. However, the killer whale offense targets the SEALs, and those SEALs are Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson can't keep up with some of the Celtics players, and when Karl-Anthony Towns isn't playing drop defense, he's not as good. Ironically enough, the best way to beat the Celtics out east might be the Indiana Pacers. The Celtics' 16-3 run in the postseason was absolutely dominant, and they swept the Pacers, but Mazzulla even said that that was the toughest series.
That Indiana series was by far the toughest series, and we swept them, but it should have went game 7.
Now, the Pacers know that they are a bunch of SEALs. Call them SEAL Team 6. They'll try their absolute hardest on the defensive end, but they know their best way to beat the Celtics is to score a bunch of points. And they've won the season series this year because of it. Just look at the games they've played against the Celtics this season. They handed Boston their first loss of the season in a 135-132 OT win. They lost the second game 142-105, but the third game, they got a win, a 123-114 victory. The Pacers know they can't stop the Celtics on defense. Instead, they focus their efforts on the offensive end, and it has resulted in the toughest matchup the Celtics have seen probably in the last 2 years from an Eastern Conference team. So while Evan Mobley might think the Cavs' best chance to beat the Celtics is defense, that hasn't proven to be the case for any Eastern Conference team. The Cavs and the Knicks don't have that personnel, and the Pacers might have found the best chance an Eastern Conference team has to beat the Celtics. They embrace the fact that they probably won't stop the Celtics on defense. Instead, they look to the offensive end. They play to their strengths, and even though the Celtics' killer whale offense has a ton of SEALs to prey on, that's not what they focus on. The question is, can the Cavs and the Knicks overcome the SEALs and adopt this mentality? We'll have to see in the postseason.